This is the Lockpicker 1969, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to the next episode of Interview with the Lockpicker. Today's guest is Orange. Say hi.
Hello, hello.
So, where are you from?
I'm from a small town called Oklahoma.
Small, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you lived there your entire life?
Just just about. I
Okay.
was I was initially, initially I was born in South Carolina, but we moved here whenever I was a baby.
Okay. So, what does your name mean, or how is it significant?
Um so I had a different username, and it was Aorin, and it was spelled Eorin. And in a guild, I used to play Final Fantasy,
Okay.
and in the basically they're called free companies in that game, but it's basically a guild. Um, the members in it couldn't pronounce Aorin, so eventually they said, "Screw it, I'm just gonna call you Orange," and and it's just stuck ever since.
And the legacy began.
Yep.
Okay. So, how and when did you get into lock sport?
Uh, when was April of this year?
Okay.
How was I was like everybody plays video games and watches movies and does all these things, but I was like, I want like a hobby where I can just relax and get lost in something.
Mm-hmm.
And like something like physical and hands-on, not necessarily like a game. Like, yeah, you have your mouse and keyboard or controller, but this is a different types of hands-on.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, everybody's doing Pokemon. I'll try Pokemon.
Yep.
And I tried it for about a week or two, and I was like, okay, this is cool, but it's way too expensive, and
Yeah.
it's not scratching that itch that I'm
Yeah.
looking for. So I was sitting there thinking and thinking for a couple weeks, and I remembered back in high school, uh, at the end of the year, you had to take your master lock combination dials off your locker, and my friend showed our friend group how he's like, check this out, and he cut open like a soda can and shimmed open his lock like while we were sitting in class or whatever, and I was like, well, that's really cool. So I remembered that, and I was like, well, I like fidgeting or tinkering with little things or whatever, and I remember that being cool, so I guess I'll give Locksport a shot.
Okay. So you traded in the cardboard crack addiction for a lockpicking addiction.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
One addiction for another.
that sounds like that was a little whiles back. So what happened from then till now then?
A lot of pain, suffering, type 2 fun, and the addiction continues. So I after I picked the very first lock that I picked was a Master Lock number 3,
Okay.
because I just ran to Walmart and bought a lock. Um, and once I got that open, I was like, "Holy cow, it's actually possible." Like it's not quote unquote movie magic or whatever. Like
Yep.
you can actually do this, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, cool, I want to try to do this on a different lock. And I did it on a different lock, and then I was like, okay, cool, let's do it on a different lock, let's see how many locks I can open. And then it just kind of evolved from there.
So what kind of tools did you start out with?
uh a Sparrow's hooker set.
Okay.
It came with like 4 hooks, 3 or 4 hooks, and a couple tensioners. It was like L twists and heavy bars, I think.
Okay.
And I mutilated those picks. that I don't even. I think I still have them around here somewhere, but they do not look how they should.
They look they look abused.
Yes.
So what did you go to after those?
um, I needed something more sturdy because I didn't have the skill or finesse yet to not pick the warding. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just get a stronger pick. Um, and that was, and I saw everybody mentioning Covert Instruments,
Mm.
so I was like, all right, I'll try this out. And I bought, and I did a little chop shop, like an EDC chop shop kit,
Yep.
and that worked a lot better. And then I got to the point where they were they were too thick. The hooks were
Okay.
size wise.
Yeah.
So I started looking around some more, and then I ended up finding about Jimmy Longs,
Yep.
and I was like, okay, so I tried Jimmy Longs, and I really liked Jimmy Longs.
Yeah. Most
But
people.
then I started getting into Euro cylinders, and I was like, okay, Jimmy Longs is great, but the shank is too tall for the
Yeah.
Euro keyways, like the paracentric.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, so I need a narrower shank. And I started looking around, and everybody was saying Jimmy Longs and Moki, Jimmy Longs and Moki. Those are like the like those are your go-tos. And I was like, all right, I'll get some Moki. So I got a Reverend kit from Moki. And then I just recently, about half a week to a week ago, had a Lawlock dual gauge set come in,
Cool.
and
Very
that's
cool.
really nice as well.
Yeah. No kidding. So you mentioned that you were getting locks from Amazon and Walmart, but you eventually, I would expect, needed to move on to more difficult locks. How did you kind of progress with that?
Oh, okay. So I was sticking with Amazon and Walmart
Yeah.
and I think one other website. I can't remember what it was. But I was scared of the bazaar.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I was like fearful of the bazaar that I was going to do something wrong. So I was like, okay, I just won't buy from the bazaar. Um but eventually it got to the point where uh I did pack lock for my blue belt, and then after that, Spicy Nugget sent me um, three pip locks, pip dimples at Purple Rank to
Okay.
help me work towards my purple belt submission. And then I was like, okay, well he's sending me locks, and I see other people sending each other locks, and I see people trading locks and buying locks and everything. So then I started actually like really kind of taking a look at the bazaar, and now it's just I just whoever has what I want, if it's at a reasonable price, it's like, can I have that please?
Okay. All right. So, along your journey of learning lockpicking, what would you say some of your challenges were?
Learning to be more gentle.
Okay.
um I I was the
Yeah.
heavy-handed starter. I wasn't the I'm being too gentle. I was the extreme opposite.
Yeah, I think a lot of people start
um
heavy-handed.
yeah, so my tension, or the tensioner, would be bowed while I'm like I'm applying so much tension that the tensioner would
Yeah.
be bowed, and so I had to learn I don't need that much. My Sparrows picks look like they have scoliosis. My Covert Instruments, if they started getting bends in them, I was like, okay, I really need, like, I can't afford to keep going through picks like this. I need
Yeah.
I need to really fine tune my picking. Um, that and slow down. That's I still struggle with it a little bit, but slow down. Even if you think you're going slow, go slower.
So, I have a question for you because you mentioned something that I think is a common thing for several people, maybe not everybody, but You
Mhm.
mentioned that you kind of were in you were bitch picking. How did you move away from bitch picking to more selective and careful picking?
Mm, I think dimples.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I think whenever I started with dimples, I had no clue what I was feeling.
Hmm.
Like, I was at the point with pin tumblers where I could kinda sorta understand what I was feeling, like, every now and then I'd be like, "Okay, this is a pin. Oh, this is warding," and then the rest of the time I was like, "I don't know what I'm feeling." Um, but whenever I started with dimples, since you have to get under like, in between the keyway and the
Yeah,
pin, it's a very narrow gap
yeah.
on some locks. Uh, I really had to focus on my flag placement.
Okay.
Especially with pips, because
Yeah,
pips, you wanna pick your outers, and you don't wanna just fumble around wherever, or else you're never gonna
yeah.
make progress.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
pips, for my first dimples, definitely made it very clear to me, like, I really need to pay attention to my placement, or else
Yep.
I'm not gonna make any progress.
Yeah. So, in your journey,
Mhm.
who would you say early on were people that you turned to learn things or watch videos on? And then who would you say are the YouTubers today that you tend to gravitate towards now?
Mm. Um, so I've always been a work harder, not smarter
Hmm.
when it comes to lock sport. So I would not really ask questions. I would kind of just stumble my way through and try to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would read like lockpicking serious chat or stuff like that, like all the different channels in LPU. I would read those and kind of try to uh, find the common points that I've come to a conclusion on and that they're stating and be like, okay, so I was wrong about this. I was right about this. I was almost right on this part. And I would just kind of like force myself to learn it on my own.
Hmm.
I don't recommend that. It makes the progress take a lot longer. But that's just how I am.
I did that for the
Um,
first year, so I understand.
yeah. Um, Definitely ask questions. Now there is a point. There is only you can only ask questions up to a point. Like people can answer your questions all day long,
Yeah.
but at some point you just have to experience it yourself.
Yes.
It's very feel based. You have to increase your own feel sensitivity. Like they can't tell you what you're feeling. Like they can, but you don't know what it actually feels like.
Yeah. So, who were your influencers then
Mm,
from like YouTube per se?
Definitely the top two, the big two. You got Lockpicking Lawyer and McNally. Mostly because when you go to YouTube and you look up lockpicking,
Yeah.
like that's the only thing you search. Well, his name is Lockpicking Lawyer, so his videos come up.
Yep.
Um, and then all of a sudden, the McNally cinematic YouTube shorts with the speed square and all that popped up into my feed. I love
Yep.
that sound. Um, you keep searching lockpicking. I think lockpicking fisherman came up a couple times. Uh, but nowadays, I I don't really watch lock picking videos for an inform from an like trying to gather information. I
More
just kind of like
entertainment.
yeah, like if I see, somebody that I know has posted a video, it's like, all right, I'll watch it. Um, but other than that, I don't really
Okay.
watch a whole lot of lock picking content.
So then, speaking of the community, how were you introduced to it? So how did like how did you get into the community?
Reddit. I was looking around. on Google, and you know how whenever you Google a question, there's always a Reddit link with
Yep.
somebody asking the same question.
Yep.
Well, one of those links popped up one day, and it like led me to the LPU subreddit, and I followed the subreddit, or whatever the word is, however Reddit calls it. Like, I subscribed to the subreddit or something. I don't know. And then it kept popping up in my feed, and I was looking at all these locks, and I was like, I have no idea what any of this is, but it looks cool.
Mhm.
And then eventually I found out about the Discord server whenever I was looking through like the different tabs and channels in the subreddit.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I'll join the Discord. And then I
Okay.
joined and I found out about the whole belt ranking system, and I was like, okay, cool. And here we are.
Well, speaking of that, so what belt are you at now?
I'm currently a brown belt.
Okay. Can you talk about your journey a little bit?
Uh yeah, so whenever I was starting out, before I even had a belt rank, um and I was still, picking the Master Lock 140, 141, number 3, stuff like that. Uh and I was really like deeply getting into it, where anytime I was at home, I had a lock and a set of picks in my hand. Like the moment I got home, I would go grab it. Um and so I would go sit on the couch, and I'd be sitting there, and I actually gave my dad one of my locks that I was really struggling with, and I grabbed another one of my locks, and I'm sitting there working on it, and he goes, "Okay, done." And I look over, and he had popped the shackle in like 30 seconds, and I'm still sitting here 45 minutes later trying to get the same lock open. So I
Give me that back.
yeah. So I was like, okay. I was like, all right, fine. Here, try opening this one. I bet you can't do that. And he popped it open immediately. It's like, okay, fine, try this one. And I was like, okay, he's like, I'm just never gonna like outpick my dad. And
I can see you going, ah!
that's how it was internally. Um it was brutal. I genuinely thought I was starting out, I was like, okay, I'm not made for this hobby. I enjoy it, but skill wise, I'm not made for this hobby. So I thought I was gonna be like yellow or orange belt the whole time, and I would see, uh, purple and brown belts, and I was like, I'm never gonna reach purple belt. I was
Okay.
like, that was like the most attainable rank in my mind, but it was like just out of reach. It felt like it was like I'm not gonna be able to quite reach it. So brown, red, and black they were just way like in another realm to me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't comprehend their skill level. Like I It's like a silver rank in a game seeing a diamond rank.
Yeah.
That was me to purple rank, or to purple belt.
Okay. But you did get to brown, and
Yes.
with blue belt, did you do a CL for that?
I didn't.
Okay.
I actually decoded a combination lock, because at the time I was still relatively new to like I was a month into, like, I got my orange belt at the end of June,
Mhm.
and I got my blue belt July 14th.
Okay.
So I was really new to the hobby. I didn't have
The
the
tools.
knowledge that I have
Yeah.
now. I didn't have the tools that I have now. So I was like, I can't make a challenge lock. And but I still want to keep progressing through the belt ranks. And I was like, and I'm enjoying picking locks. So I was like, and then I saw I could just decode a combination lock, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's a different type. It's not
Different
it's not
approach.
single pin picking, but
Yeah.
it's still opening a lock.
It's
So I was
demonstrating
like,
a
oh,
different approach. Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I did it, And the moment I ended the video, I just kind of sat there and looked at the lock, and I was like, "That's it?
So
Like
do you eventually want to try making a challenge lock?
someday."
Okay.
Um,
Have you
I
picked?
do have I have a Dremel,
Okay.
and I have a whole bunch of like no-name cylinders that I got from Adam.
Okay. And
So eventually I'll try it.
just need some files and some brass rod stock, and you're all set.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. It's just getting around to doing it.
Yeah. So have you picked any challenge locks yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I have a big backlog of locks that I'm struggling with, and I was kind of wanting to clear up my backlog and maybe get my
Yeah.
red belt submission out of the way,
Yeah.
and then
You don't want to hang
start
on to
working
those
on it.
challenge locks any longer than you want, to be passing them on to the next person. So,
Right.
yeah, I understand that. So, is there anything about yourself that you'd like our audience to know?
So this may come as a surprise, and I don't know how people are going to take this, but I'm not actually an orange. I'm actually a human.
Okay. All right. Dang, I'm sure you get that confusion all the time.
Oh, it's crazy. People ask me how, am I allowed to drink orange juice all the time?
Or is that cannibalism?
Exactly.
Anyway, so your YouTube channel, what was the original reason for your setting it up?
It's so honestly, it was it was made just as like a YouTube account initially,
Hmm.
just so I could, get on YouTube and just watch videos or whatever. So it was just like a random account, just like a Google account or something.
Yep.
Um, and then a couple years ago, I made a like an anime music video just because
Okay.
I thought uh I was, dabbling. I was trying to dabble in like video editing or something like that. And so I made that and I was like, okay, that was cool, but not really my thing.
Hmm.
So then I just started posting like my belt submission videos on
Yeah.
there. Um and now it's just kind of turned into both a belt submission channel, but also if I'm gonna, or a scorecard channel, but it's in the grand scheme, it's just kind of like a journal in a sense.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I can go look back and see what locks I've picked or how I was struggling in that video, and I
Hmm.
can look at where I am now and see the skill difference.
So is that what you intend to continue to do with the channel? So the future of it is going to just going to continue to use it as a journal.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And if I ramble in my video and somebody happens to watch it and my rambling is the aha moment that they needed, then that's cool.
Yeah,
If not, oh well, it's just a journal for me.
I gotcha. So, what do you do for a living?
I do food inventory at a warehouse.
Okay, what does that involve?
A whole lot of counting, to be honest. Um, counting and emails and running reports. So lots of addition, subtraction, multiplication,
Scanning
checking
barcodes.
expiration dates, scanning barcodes, restacking pallets, all that kind of stuff.
All right. All right, so let's dive in a little bit into your hobbies and interests. You mentioned reading.
Yeah, I never thought I would become an avid reader, but I found because I'm very picky. With my tastes. Like I'm picky with the music that I listen to. I'm picky with the books that I read. I'm picky with the shows that I watch. It just has to like really meet the desire that I'm looking for, or else I won't be able to get into it and enjoy it. But I found a genre called lit RPG,
Okay.
which is it stands for literary role playing game,
Mhm.
and I like fell in love with that genre because
Okay.
it's like a average everyday people get tossed into like a fantasy world
Okay.
and they just
Sounds
have to
interesting.
like survive.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a escape from reality type
Yeah.
way to
So,
read.
well, that's what reading should be for entertainment anyway. So, and you
Yeah.
mentioned bicycling too.
Yes. I I I used to run cross country whenever I was in middle school. Um, but after being a dumb kid and jacking up, my knees and from crashing ripsticks, going, bombing a hill and jumping out of trees and across creeks and all that kind of stuff. My knees can't handle running anymore,
Gotcha.
and I actually get like a bursitis flare up in my knee if I run. So I was like, well, what's something I can do that's not such a harsh impact on my joints?
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I'll try biking. And so now, well, it's really cold outside now, so I don't really ride much. But when the weather's nice, I like to go ride about 10 miles a day on Saturday and Sundays.
It's you say you're gonna be cold. It's 3 degrees here in Michigan right now.
It's about 15 degrees here.
Yeah, it's a little nippy.
Yeah,
All right. So, do you have any thank yous that you'd like to give to any other lock sporters?
I do. Um, so first of all, thank you for having me on the podcast.
Sure.
Um, is this considered a podcast?
Yeah, I listed it as a podcast because you can actually watch this on the YouTube channel, but you can also, if you have like a podcast type device, you can pull this in as a podcast from YouTube as well. So there's both on the channel.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you to you. Um, and then Chumi. I hope I'm saying his name right. I've never actually heard the audio pronunciation of his name. Uh, but he was kind of I kind of saw him as like my mentor as I was progressing through uh the early stages of my lock picking. He DM'd me one day and was like, let me know if you ever have any questions or need any help with anything. And he was the first person to reach out like that. So I was like, awesome. This guy's super nice. So big thank you to him. Um, Spicy for getting me into the dimple path and the pip path. Um, Logic for kind of Logic and Matthew for kind of not really being a belt rival, but a belt buddy. We've kind of climbed up the ranks together.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
So it's like a little bit of a motivation
Yeah, it's a push.
for me. It's like I'm not doing the climb on my own. It's like I
Yeah.
have other people here. Matthew is taking a break currently. He's working on his he needs to make his challenge lock. Um, but once he does that, he's gonna shoot right up to purple or brown. Because he's already working on that level of locks.
Okay.
Uh, Bugasu and Vector Potential
Yeah.
for providing a healthy dosage of skill issues to my problems, uh, and basically challenging me to improve my skills and giving a heavy-handed, uh, or not heavy-handed, like a harsh love in a sense of like they're cheering me on. They want to see my growth. They want me to get better, but they're doing it in a banterous way of like, haha, skill issue, get good.
Okay. All right.
um,
Tough love.
yeah, that's the word. Thank you. Yeah, tough love. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, honestly, those are the main people that keep me going, and I think everybody needs to find not necessarily one not necessarily a big group of people, but find somebody or a couple people in the community that you really click with
Yeah.
and you get along with well, and that that right there will keep you going. If you don't have that and you don't try to find those people, it's weird because even though there's all these people, it almost feels lonely in the hobby. But once you find that and you start really engaging with the community and getting and talking with everybody, hanging out with people, joining calls and picking locks together,
Hmm.
that brings a whole new level of enjoyment to the hobby itself.
Okay, so right along those lines, are there any lock sporters that you feel should be mentioned who are of note in the community?
Number one is Cisco. He makes amazing stickers for
Yeah.
so many people.
Yeah.
And if you have a like a brand logo, like mine is the orange slice, or uh if you have a sticker that you want, hit up Cisco. He is a great guy, super nice, super helpful, and he loves making stickers for people. And one thing about us lock sporters is we love collecting stickers. So if you have stickers and you send out a lock, put one of your stickers in the package with the lock
Yeah.
you're sending out, and the recipient will be so happy.
That and poker chips.
Yes, yes, yes. Poker chips too. Yes. We
Yeah.
are we are like crackheads when it comes to collecting stickers and poker chips.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
Anybody
and
else?
honestly, the other big one is all of the mods and or the mods, the judges, the submission reviewers, everybody that keeps the community going,
Mhm.
everybody that continuously works on the Belt Explorer, adds locks, ranks locks, uh, basically help everybody that helps evolve the hobby or lock sport in general, um, because the hobby wouldn't get anywhere if we didn't have the people
Yeah.
doing what they're doing.
Yep. Definitely. You need mods to really kind of keep peace and keep out the
Yes.
riffraff. And I'm a mod for the lockpicking group, Facebook group, and I'm doing something with that pretty much every single day as far as dealing with new arrivals and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely get that.
And what makes it so much more respectable is that everybody in the community that is doing these things, that is keeping the community going and keeping it growing and all that kind of stuff, it's all volunteer. It's not like a paid job. Like they're doing
Yes,
it out of
exactly.
their own
Correct.
volition. Like they're like, I want to do this for the
Yep.
community.
Yep. Well, in some respects, it's an honor to be selected, especially for some of these large groups, to be selected to be involved in that level because they trust you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So, last question before we wrap up. What is your favorite thing about Locksport?
Definitely, definitely that the thirst for knowledge never ceases.
Yeah.
Right when you think you've learned everything that there is, somebody like right when you feel like you've fully grasped it,
Yeah.
somebody comes along and says something that completely shatters your whole your whole point of view of the hobby, and you're like, wow, I just cracked the tip of the iceberg.
Well,
There's always something more to learn.
once you thought you got out of the rabbit hole, somebody drags you right back in it again.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's always something. And even if you're not interested in what what they're talking about at that point in time, sometime down the road, you might find yourself interested in that.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's all these other people that have already been interested in it, and there's all this information that they've already figured out, and you can just go and delve into it and learn about it. And it's not like school where you're forced to learn. Like, you go and learn the aspects that you want, when you want,
Yeah.
how you want. And I think that's what makes it the most fun for me, is there's always something to learn, and there's always something to tinker or fidget or fiddle with.
Yeah.
And that's just, and it's not too easy. If it's too easy and you feel like you need something more, there's always a harder lock.
Yep. Something something different to try. Yep.
Exactly. And if it's too hard and you're like, I need to shut my brain off and I want something easier today, and I don't really feel like, I just kind of want to mess with something and open it, or I don't really care. If you're just kind of like a casual hangout, fiddle with locks type of day, drop down a couple belt ranks in your collection and grab one of those.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Do you have a final message for our audience?
Don't take it too seriously.
Definitely.
And that's just things in general. Both the hobby and like just almost life in a sense.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree.
honestly, just enjoy it. Enjoy picking locks. Have fun with it. If you can't get the lock open, get mad at it.
Yep.
But it's not the end of the world. You'll eventually get it open.
Life isn't.
Don't.
Yeah. I was just gonna
Don't
say,
hate the hobby till you quit the hobby.
life is not a destination; it's a journey.
Exactly.
Yep.
Definitely just have fun with it. Once you hit blue belt, forget pen tumblers exist. Join Dimples. They're so much better. And pick pips. Pips are the adrenaline rush and the dopamine hit that you have been looking for when you get that deep false set.
Yeah, very true. I want to thank you for doing the interview. I had a lot of fun talking with you, and we definitely had quite a few laughs talking, so I appreciate that. I always appreciate a good laugh. And for all the people that you mentioned in your thank yous who have not done an interview yet, why not? Get in touch with
Spicy?
me. Yeah. Uh-oh. Specific call outs. Okay. Yeah, just get in touch with me and we'll get something set up. So with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you are a subscriber, thank you. If you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and all, and hit like on the video. And thanks for listening.